Hello and assalamualaikum. This is Fatin. I'm filming from a Airbnb house. I'm traveling, but I'm still editing this video. So we are a few days pre 2020, a new year and a new decade. I think December is an exciting month because we get to plan and get to look forward to a new start of our life. I used to think that New Year, New Me is sort of a cliche, but then I just grew up a little and decided that if it helps you grow and develop as a person, being cliche should be the last of your worries. Today, I will be sharing with you a 2020 bullet journal setup. Bullet journals used to be a thing this past few years. So, what is a bullet journal? A bullet journal formally is a journal or a notebook that you keep to help yourself envision and plan for your life. Or informally, it's a personalized way to get your life together. Without further ado, let's get forward with our 2020 bullet setup. Get your new notebooks ready or just scrap of papers, or if you're not planning to do a bullet journal, just grab your snacks and watch the video. The first spread in my bullet journal this year is a mood board. A mood board is basically a space where you put all the visual and photos of your inspiration and goals for the year. Pinterest is a super great source for these photos. You can put in quotes, your favorite place, a new thing you'd like to try, really anything. You just cut them out and paste it, or you can just arrange it digitally and use it as your phone background. The versatility of this spread is endless. So the next spread is an insight of the year sort of spread. It's like the welcome mat of a house. On the left hand side, I'm drawing a hello 2020 and a cup of coffee. So I'm making a collage out of paper scraps from the Moodboard spread and coloring them in with various browns from my Arteza color pencils. On the next page is a 2020 at a glance section. I'm putting all 12 months of the year on this page in case I need a quick refer. A disclaimer, you do not have to follow my spreads 100%. I'm going to give you a handful of spread ideas today and you might not need all of them. And if you don't want to go extra like some of my spreads, you can just grasp the basic and make it into your own. The beauty of a bullet journaling is always at its personalization. That is what differentiates it from the planner you can just buy. So the next spread is a cheat sheet. Since I'm using a dotted bullet journal by Scribbles That Matter this year, I figured it would be handy to have a page where I already count all of the boxes to divide the page to half, thirds or fourths. If you're using a lined or plain paper, you can use length in cm or mm as your indicator instead of boxes. So that way you don't have to measure and count the boxes every time you want to divide the page of your book, so it's quite helpful to me. And this next page is an extra page where I put down like my favorite quotes. So now I'm drawing roses as the borders and some leaves. I'm using my Sakura pigment. So as you can see, the quote says, "Get out of your own way." It's like a special reminder to myself. And now I'm just bolding up the font so it makes it more bolder for the eyes. So this next spread is called a monthly log. I'm going to go extra for this spread, but this is possibly the easiest spread of the list. It's just a few pages where you allocate space for each month. I'll show it later. So I'm going to do an abstract painting with my watercolor to make the title background for each month. This will make sense in a while. The sketchbook I'm using is 200 GSM A5 white Brighton watercolor sketchbook. I'm just splashing random streaks of colors on the page, as you can see. So after letting it dry, I'm going to add in a few details with my gold Pinto marker and a black brush pen. It doesn't look Tumblr worthy, but not too shabby, I guess. Now the fun part is cutting them out. So there are 12 pieces for 12 months, and I'm just going to paste it at the left side of each page and leave space on the right for my events. So I think kind of like the spread because it turned out okay. So the glue tape I'm using is from Prit. I think it's from Amazon. So like I said, you have like space at the right side to write down your events. And I'm just gonna let the quick title. So if you want to do like a simple spread for this one, you can just make a simple writing for the title and just write the months. Time for my favorite spread, 2020 goals. I always like to have a lot of goals because to me it's not just about achieving them but also about having things to look forward to. The theme of this page is black and gold, so I drew a black butterfly there since the tip of my gold marker is too thick. I had to use a paintbrush to ink the details on the wings. I'm just having fun there. You can just print out any picture and like make a title out of it. This year, I'm going to make my goal page as specific as I can so I can focus and grow in a more balanced way, I suppose. I'll allocate boxes for personal goals, traveling, medicine, as in my studies, finance, and of course my trio love for writing, reading, and making art. I like to keep myself busy, so don't be intimidated if you don't have a lot of boxes. You do you in the best way. So the boxes that I'm drawing is actually a progress bar, like a loading bar, so I can just shade in my perception of progress along the year. I guess for this spread, the title explains itself, travel log, and also the fact that I'm drawing a sketchy rendition of a world map. So this spread where you record the places you travel to, the date and the people you went with. I'm not sure if it could fit your traveling, but if you travel more, you can make like a 2 page for the log. So one of my goals this year is to appreciate my people better, so a birthday tracker is necessary. I'm just drawing a simple cake in the middle. I'm judging myself as I watch this while doing the voiceover because I suspect I'm starting to get lazy, but that's okay. So I'm just drawing lines and allocating each section for each month. If you want to put my birthday in tracker, it's on 5 September, as I indicated. Eighth on the list is Affirmation Log. So this is a simple spread with a simple pattern. This page is for you to jot down your quotes or sentences that make you feel better when you are down. So the next page is another extra page for a quote. This sums up my personal theme for 2020. 2019 was my healing year. It's kind of time to move forward so I don't pamper myself too much. Okay, you're gonna like this one. I'm making trees with watercolor and my thumb to decorate this page. After is so I'm using reds and oranges and yellows. You can choose your favorite colors. After it's dried, I used a pen to make the stems and branches into complete them. I love simple art projects like this. So now you have your own thumb trees. Next on the list is an Istiqamah Tracker. So it's similar to a normal habit tracker, but it's made for your ibadah. So Istiqamah, which means continuousness of an effort or an action, is I think a perfect description to describe a habit tracker.
Well, we buy Islamic planners for the trackers. At least that's me. But I never like the overload and thickness of those planners. I like personalization and specificity, so I developed my own trackers. It has the same format as a tracker, so for each horizontal column, there is an ibadah allocated for it, an ibadah that you would like to work for in 2020. Then each of the small box in the column represents one day. So you shade in or tick that box if you did the ibadah that day. So I'll demonstrate that. So like that. So I find it motivational to have boxes to tick. We do what we have to do to be the best versions of ourselves, inshallah. Next up is my year in pixels. So this is the mood tracker, the difference between the previous trackers that you color in the boxes with your main mood of the day. Let's say red for angry, yellow for happy. So by the end of the year, you have like a pixelated rainbow sheet where you can see what is your main mood of the year. I think that's pretty cool. I've never done this before, but I'm looking forward to it. So on this page, I'm just putting in another quote. Yeah, I can confirm that I got a bit lazy there. Second last on the list. So this is a spread called Recipe Bank. So you keep all your go-to daily recipes so you don't have to think from nothing to plan your meals during class weeks. You divide the page to sections. I did mine to ayam, chicken, seafood, mustard, and others. Each sticky note is allocated for one recipe. You don't write the instructions on the sticky note, just ingredients so you can match what you have in the kitchen at the moment. I wish I found this idea sooner last semester because I can tell that it's gonna be really helpful. So for the last spread, it's called a master grocery list. So it's like a grocery list that you make as your go-to to reference your weekly grocery list. So you write down your usual essentials, vegetables, and sauce. So you don't have to think and forget. Like on some weeks, I would buy milk when I don't need it, and I would forget it every time that I need it. So yeah.
So we've come to the end of the video. Thanks for watching with me. Before you leave, I have like a few love notes for everyone. So I want to acknowledge the fact that starting a new thing is scary, starting a new habit is scary, starting a new year is scary because when we start with something new, we tend to have like expectations on ourselves, and that expectations is quite a heavy burden to carry. So the reason I shared this video is not to set you an unreachable standard, and because we all know that starting a journal is intimidating for most of us. I've been doing this since I was small, so it's kind of unfair for me to make it look easy. But I'm here to open the scope for you and let you know that our goal is not to be organized or be more productive. That's not our goal. That is our method to become a better person, because in the end we all want to be a better person. So if we're scared to start a new habit, start a new bullet journal, know that you are actually scared of the method to become a better person. You're scared of method, and there are 100 different methods to become a better person. So don't be scared. We always stress about the uncontrollable. We stress about how is this thing going to lead to our success? When is this thing going to give an effect to who we are? But then we forget that when we were in primary school, they gave us this acronym, DUIT, DUIT. D stands for doa, U stands for usaha or effort, I stands for istiqamah, which are constant doing of something. T is tawakal, or dependence to Allah. So you see the DUIT, it's like pray, effort, continuousness of the effort, and dependence. So you see the DUIT, the keys of success. They don't involve controlling the uncontrollable, which is our success or the outcome. So I guess as we grow older, we become stressed out because we can't control these big things when we are supposed to only focus on the things that we control, which is our attitude and efforts in life. So I hope this 2020 we leave whatever we cannot control to the one who can control everything, which is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we work on controlling what we can control, which is our attitudes and our efforts. And with that, I hope everyone has a good year, and most importantly, a good winter break to everyone who is having a winter break. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you for borrowing a fragment of your life to watch this video. Assalamualaikum.